A Coeur d'Alene man dies in a plane crash.
And sadly, his family is no stranger to tragedy. Tonight, a community is coming together to remember a young man lost long before his time.
29-year-old Brian Williams of Coeur d'Alene was found dead yesterday in the wreckage of a plane in Montana. That plane fell off the radar Sunday afternoon. Rescue crews searched by air and by water, hopeful they'd find the plane and its 4 passengers alive. A Border Patrol helicopter found the plane late yesterday in a steep, remote, rugged area and found no survivors. It's not the first time in the last year Brian's family has faced sudden tragedy. 9 months ago, they lost another relative, 17-year-old Valley Christian football player Drew Swank. KXLY4's Tori Brunetti spoke with the family today, and Tori, such incredible grief.
Yeah, they're both awful tragedies, and the family is made up of incredibly strong people. Brian and Drew's cousins say each of them were amazing individuals who shared a love of the outdoors.
Brian is an incredible outdoorsman and mountaineer, and we just felt that, you know, he could survive.
Despite his family's hope and prayers, Brian Williams was found dead in rugged Montana terrain yesterday. Brian's cousins say their family is in shock.
He was a musician. He wrote songs and played guitar, and a philosopher and adventurer. I mean, that was Brian. He was just an amazing person.
This family is all too familiar with tragedy.
I think it was exactly 9 months to the day that Brian went missing, the plane crash, that our cousin Drew had passed away too.
Drew Swank died from a brain injury he sustained playing a high school football game. Brian's mom and Drew's mom are sisters. 2 sisters now forced to share a mother's greatest loss.
Prior to Drew, we really hadn't dealt with anything like this before. You know, we've had a healthy, happy family, and then just to have these 2 things happen so close to each other.
Char Davis and Val Thompson are cousins to both Drew and Brian, and they say their family was just starting to heal after Drew's death, and this has put them back in a complete state of mourning.
Just never know when something like this is going to happen. You just don't think it's going to happen to your family.
They're able to gain some comfort knowing Brian had Drew to welcome him to heaven, and Drew will have his cousin to keep him company.
To know that Drew's not alone with close family up there, and you know, he's got a buddy up there now. Yeah.
Now rescue crews have started to recover the bodies from the wreckage. It will likely be several months before investigators can determine what caused the crash. Brian's family says their biggest concern right now is getting Brian to a safe place. From the Skydeck, Tori Brunetti, KXLY4 HD News.
KXLY4's Annie Bishop is live in Coeur d'Alene tonight. Annie, this family is planning to publicly remember Brian.
And starting tonight at 9 o'clock, friends and family of Brian Williams will gather here in Coeur d'Alene City Park at the bandshell by candlelight to honor Brian's memory. It's certainly been a couple of days for everyone who knew Brian, but those grieving hope they find comfort when they gather here tonight. It will really be the first time all of his friends and family have gathered since that plane went missing on Sunday. A couple dozen people are expected to attend, and as Tori mentioned earlier, Brian Williams and Drew Swank were cousins, and Drew Swank's family, some members of his family, are expected to be here tonight as well. Reporting live, Annie Bishop, KXLY4 HD News.